This is the OnePlus 15R, a flagship killer with crazy long battery life. It's cheaper than the flagship OnePlus 15, in part because of its trimmed-down cameras. But are the cameras of this phone really that bad? You might be surprised. I'm Will Gove for GSM Arena, and let's run our test and see if the 15R is the OnePlus to get. The OnePlus 15R is an option if you don't want to splurge for the flagship model, but still want something rather premium. There's a more simple camera setup on this model with no telephoto zoom. Strange, as on last year's OnePlus 13R there was a zoom camera. Still, there are plenty of upgrades this year, like a huge bump in battery size, a higher display refresh rate, and a more powerful chipset. The 15R's design is flat and minimalistic, with a matte finish that feels nice and repels fingerprints. And we like that the ingress protection has been upgraded this time around. Up near the top of the phone is a small button. It clicks like the power button, and you can use it to put the phone on ring or silent. But unlike the alert slider that you might have seen before on a OnePlus phone, this button can also be assigned to a number of other shortcuts. You can't customize it to anything you want though. The OnePlus 15R's display is slightly bigger than the OnePlus 15's, but it has the same resolution and extra fast refresh rate. And just like on the OnePlus 15, the refresh rate could only go that high within a handful of supported games. Otherwise, you max out at 120Hz when swiping and scrolling around the UI, and unlike the OnePlus 15, it won't dial any lower than 60Hz to save power. You won't have to worry about screen brightness. In our testing, we measured a maximum of over 2200 nits in automatic brightness mode, and a smaller patch of the screen lit up to over 3500 nits. The OnePlus 15R has stereo speakers. In our testing, they earned a loudness rating of very good, and they have plenty of bass and nice highs. And they sound great, quite rich overall. You can check that out for yourself through our comparison tool linked below. While the previous model had an optical fingerprint reader, the 15R's is ultrasonic. It's reliable and unlocks the phone as soon as I touch it. And the OnePlus 15R has an IR blaster which you can use to control other devices with. The interface of the phone is OnePlus's latest OxygenOS 16 on top of Android 16. And one thing you notice with this new OS version is that it feels snappier than ever, with smoother animations. Of course, there are plenty of AI-based features here. The Mind Space is a place where you can store annotated screenshots and voice notes to refer to later, and it's all organized by the AI to be less cluttered. There are also future plans for Google Gemini to be able to analyze your mind space so it can learn your habits and give you more personalized responses. The OnePlus 15R packs AI tools for writing, summarization, and translation, like you can get from most manufacturers these days. And OnePlus also provides AI photo editing tools within the gallery, like the eraser, which can delete something in your photo and generate something to take its place. For support, the OnePlus 15R is promised to get 4 years of major OS updates and 6 years of security patches, which is the same as what the OnePlus 15 gets. The OnePlus 15R doesn't have as powerful a chipset as you'd get in a cutting-edge flagship. It comes with the brand new non-elite Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. When running benchmarks, we actually found that the CPU performance is still in the same ballpark as the top dogs. The graphics scores are lower though, more along the lines of an older flagship running a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. But you shouldn't be worried, modern tasks and games still run without a hitch. Plus, the sustained performance turned out pretty solid for a phone with a high-powered chipset. We saw thermal throttling during our stress tests, but it wasn't too extreme. And now the battery life, and the OnePlus 15R is surely no slouch with its giant 7400 mAh power pack. In fact, in our battery life test, this is one of the best scores we've ever recorded. An overall active use score of nearly 22 hours blows the competition away. The OnePlus 15R supports 80-watt SuperVOOC charging, but this charger is only included in certain markets. We had the proper adapter handy, and with it we were able to charge the phone from 0 to 64% in half an hour, and a full charge took 53 minutes. There is no support for wireless charging here, like you'd get on the flagship, or most competitors. And now we have the OnePlus 15R's cameras. There are two on the back, a 50-megapixel main camera and an 8-megapixel ultrawide cam. While this is a relatively simple setup, it's by no means bad. In fact, the main camera's daytime results are surprisingly great, with nicely detailed and sharp images both outside and indoors. Photos of people come out good too. As there is no zoom camera here, you'll be using a digital crop from the main cam, and the results are solid for a mid-ranger. At night, the main camera takes good photos. They're well exposed and detailed. But when zooming at night, the results end up just alright. The ultrawide's results during the day are pretty good considering the modest hardware. And even at night, the ultrawide shots come out decent. Selfies come from a 32 megapixel front-facing cam. They have good sharpness and you can rely on the autofocus. Stick around to the end of the video to see the selfie video quality. The OnePlus 15R can record videos in 4K at up to 120 FPS with its main cam, and the video stabilization is top-notch. And in good light, the main cam's video quality is excellent, on par with flagship phones. That's during the day though. At night the quality takes a hit, but it still isn't half bad. And the 1080p videos taken by the ultrawide cam are nothing remarkable. So that was the OnePlus 15R. Overall, there's a lot to like here, with features like class-leading battery life, a good chipset, and nice-sounding speakers. We were happy with the camera experience as well. Although there's no telephoto zoom like you'd have on the flagship OnePlus 15, the rest of the setup is quite capable. In the end, if you don't need the zoom camera or wireless charging, the OnePlus 15R is a solid choice that can save you some cash over the flagship. That's especially true in the US market, where it's shaping up to be a rather competitive proposition. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're looking for alternatives, you can check out our reviews of the iPhone 17 and the Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. Let us know what you think down below, and I'll see you on the next one.